Hello and welcome to our new course about microfinance. This is the first video and it's called Identifying and Progressing Projects for Microfinance. So first of all, a Google search shows that there's not much material about training field-based people in identifying and selecting appropriate microfinance proposals. This course is an attempt to fill that gap, but the focus is not on people whose job is 100% devoted to finding and evaluating microfinance proposals. In other words, employees of the financier. It's targeted at people who are not finance specialists of any kind, but who have the role of a mentor or advisor to a number of people or groups within the villages because of their level of education or their role in some other capacity. For example, as a teacher, as a medical person, someone involved in an existing village enterprise, or in the village as a part of some major project like road building. By targeting this group as opposed to microfinance industry workers, the emphasis is on people who live in and have an in-depth knowledge of the village community and the individuals and families who are part of it. This approach results in a focus on borrower rather than lender-driven proposals. It is also targeted at students whose first language is not English, and the vocabulary used is graded accordingly. The concept is that the people described above will be able to select viable from non-viable projects and champion the viable ones to the microfinance provider. Where there are alternative providers, they should be able to identify which one the proposal fits best. There is, of course, an underlying assumption that a microfinance provider is available and that they will entertain proposals from this approach rather than insisting on ones generated by their own personnel. However, with a moderate level of training in assessment skills, the benefits of the in-depth knowledge of the community and its key players should be clear to the financier in the quality of the proposals they submit. The emphasis is not on generating ideas, which is an activity which tends to be strongly top-down influenced. The emphasis is on identifying, through the trust established by longer-term residents in the village, projects which village members would like to pursue given the funds and opportunity. For example, the source is not a question to the group like, what could we do to improve things in the village? It is more likely to be one of the village families discussing with their children's teacher how they could put the family on a sounder economic footing if they could, for example, buy some chicks, feed them to maturity, and then sell them as full-grown hens. Without this course, the teacher might feel that they do not have the skills to progress this any further. After the course, they should feel able to either gently discourage the idea or alternatively know how to progress it to a microfinance proposal. And this is the end, my friends. See you next time.